Hey everybody, this is American Nana, and I'm disappointed in the verdict, but I expected it to either be a hung jury or not guilty. I'll also go ahead and confess that I was extremely wrong in thinking that we would have a not guilty verdict within 3 hours. How we didn't, I don't know. I can say that the circus that Lally put on truly was more of, in my opinion, trying to clear, if that's the word, the McAlberts of any wrongdoing, even now. He focused so much on how they were treated. He had no evidence, and his so-called expert, Trooper Paul, I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm not an ugly person. I'm really not, but Trooper Paul's an embarrassment. Part of me thinks he needs retrained, and the other part of me thinks he needs a different line of work, because he was willing, not only willing, but basically begging to be in this case. He's the one that bragged that he watches court TV and he saw stuff a year ago. Oh my gosh. But either way you go, I'm baffled. I don't see how they could possibly pursue charges again. Lally has to see that he was absolutely horrible with this case. You know, Lally, nobody cares who won the basketball game. Nobody cares who sat by who at a basketball game. Nobody cares who was drinking what. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't ask people. I mean, excuse me, but listening to you question people, I was amazed you didn't ask them if they had a favorite color of underwear. You know, you rambled and rambled. You made no sense. Your case, as you want to call it, was non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. That's just, I don't see how you feel you had a case. Personally, I don't think you have long enough, even if you are quite dense enough to feel that you're going to do this again. By the time that rolls around, what's it going to look like that your troopers and policemen, hopefully by then, have been indicted or reprimanded or fired or dealt with in the harshest capacity available? I think they all need to be stripped of their badges immediately. I mean, I really do. The people in Canton at the I'm going to call it a town hall meeting. At their town hall meeting, are begging for change. The fact that it took the police 18 minutes to respond when Turtle Boy and Meredith were basically being harassed and assaulted outside of McCarthy's, when they're only 2 minutes away. If people listen to the testimony, Jen McCabe constantly gives the times according to her texting and stating that she saw Karen Reed out front. Listen, people. Read, look at the numbers, because they even said, I believe they said Karen's phone hooked up to the Wi-Fi at the house at 12:36, and then the missing portion of the Ring video where the one officer wrote on a note that it looked like she came home, that was 12:41. Their timeline doesn't match up. Finding him on 6 inches of snow. Now, I will go back and verify, but I'm pretty sure people were saying 6 inches of snow when it had just started snowing when Karen Reed left. There was no snow for her to have left him on at that point. Anyone walking out of that house would have seen him in the yard. This is common sense. You take the common sense along with the evidence, or the lack thereof of the evidence. So I have no idea how this verdict was hung. Now, I do know that if you look at the social media and the polls and everything that's being done, it appears 90% across the board. I'm just saying across the board from everything I've seen, 90% say not guilty. So you're going to have 1 or 2 out of 12 that could possibly be in that small percentage, and maybe that's what we got. But I just don't see how. Could they not believe the experts for the defense? And I just wonder too, as they come out of this and see, look at what they did miss, I bet they'll kick themselves in the rear end for not voting not guilty. My apologies. Sometimes I get interrupted with my household. So I really don't have anything more to say. I've got a few videos that I'm working on that, let's just say I hope they can shed some light on some of the absolute insane things that I saw in court, or that just made me go, huh? But we have some time before they meet again, and hopefully they will just drop all this. Just drop it. Just let Karen go on with her life. Pick up the pieces. Have some enjoyment. I just don't see how we're ever going to know what happened to Officer O'Keefe. And the sad thing is, the people in that house, they have to have the answers. That's obvious. That's so obvious. So, baffled Nana, I'm going to be looking for, hopefully there's going to be some interviews. I'm really down. But then again, I knew without a doubt there is absolutely no way 12 people would convict if they took out all personal feelings and looked at the evidence, or as I keep saying, the lack thereof. And I feel that, I'm going to add this, I feel that the defense probably had a lot they could come at them with. But I feel that what they chose was to go after and prove them wrong on what they did admit. I think had they given everything that they had, it would have been a slam dunk. I don't know. But I think that they were just trying to give the jurors a break and say, okay, this is what they claim, and we can debunk every bit of what they claim. And once we disprove that, you have no way to go other than not guilty. And it seems that the world that's watching this case all agree with the defense. She's not guilty. So my heart is with her, because all the crap they've pulled on her in these last few years, which I have no idea, honestly. I can only imagine. But when Jen McCabe got up there, and all she wanted to talk about, really, all she wanted to focus on, because that's where you saw the passion in this person, was how they've been harassed. Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Oh my goodness, what y'all done to me and my family. Really? She was more compassionate about that than she was at finding Officer John O'Keefe in the snow. And if her answers can be, I was in shock for months, how does she not see that Karen Reed, upon finding Officer John O'Keefe in the lawn, hysterics set in, shock set in? Do you really think anything that she said, anything that came out of her mouth, could even be considered? She was a basket case. And there's no way, there is no way in hell those people stayed asleep in that house. I guarantee that. Common sense, people. And besides that, you know what is really irking me? It's really irking me. Why did they go across the street? I mean, red Solo cups in itself pissed me off beyond belief. I was like, I don't know how you can film something and your response to it as it's happening, but it was mouth dropping. I mean, are you serious? Anyway, going across the street to someone's house to get Solo cups or something to put this evidence in that they had to dig out of the snow right then, because, I mean, obviously it would have disappeared otherwise, right? Anyway, how far was it to go across the street and wake those neighbors up? Yet no one went to that door of the Alberts. Sorry, my nose itched. As you will tell, I am not one of these. I'm not a YouTuber that, nope, this is me. I mean, look at my makeup. One day I'll do a makeup video for you guys. And I'll explain why I wear my makeup the way I do. And I trim my own bangs, and I trimmed them a little too short. And I have no major backdrop. I sound like I'm in a funnel because I'm sitting outside with my fan, because the only other way is for me to put my thoughts down. Let's say after midnight, and then because I'm deaf, I'll talk too loud. I would wake up the house, right? So there's no happy medium. It's just me in the heat, and I don't know how to be anything other than just me. I have stood my entire life on my own 2 feet just to be me. Nobody else. No outside influence. As far as, I don't give a flying flip if you do go and get your nails and hair did every week. I hold nothing against you, but that's not me. I don't know how to be anything other than I am. And so, as I've said before, these are just my thoughts. And nobody in my house even cares to hear about this. And I'm like, are you people kidding me? But no, if it's on social media, my husband is done. I don't know if it was on TV, if he would be any more into it, but he abhors social media. Absolutely nothing to do with it. He hates it 100%, every aspect. So what can I say? I come to social media because, and thank you all that have responded. I don't know, excuse me, I'm not going to join the groups and Facebook and stuff. I know you can chat, but then people, what do? They attack, and they're ugly. And I can ignore the ugly on here, and I've had some really lovely comments. Some really sweet people from Canton have even commented, and I'm just a Nana who wants to just give my views and talk about it. I respect the attorneys, every last one of them that have put this trial on, that have explained it. Attorney Melanie Little, prior to the trial, did a very deep dive. I watched her a lot during the Maya trial, but I did not watch her do the deep dive prior to this trial because I didn't want to know anything about it before the trial. Same as the Maya Kowalski case. I didn't know anything about it before the trial. I like to do that because I'm a squirrel. I'll never actually sit on a jury. If you put me in any confined space, I can't do it. I always have to have an out, be it over the, be it over those, whatever that is that they put you in as a jury, the jury box. I'd be the one jumping out of it because all of a sudden I felt trapped. Claustrophobia is not just in a tiny space. Claustrophobia, you can be in a very big space, but you can feel like you have no escape and it squeezes you in, and from there you just can't. You're shut down and you go into this escape mode. It's really weird. Anyway, enough. But I just wanted to just say, you know what? Everybody have faith that somebody higher up tells Lowley, you're done. You're finished. This goes there's no way you can prove this case. They're trying to prove a case with speculation. They speculate. Their time frame does not add up with their speculations. How can people not see this is beyond me, because I'm sitting here watching it and it doesn't add up. They're trying to make it add up and make it fit, and it's clear that it does not. So I'm going to go for now because I've got a lot to do. So I'm going to say bye, and in a day or two, hopefully I'll have my video. And it's not me rambling, thank goodness. It's going to be some really interesting little clips that I find entertaining in this horrific nightmare that they're walking through. So, and by the way, yes, you see, I own the same shirt in white. Yes, I changed, but I'm very, if I find a shirt that I like, I'll buy 5 of them, 6 of them. And if I have to repeat the colors, I do, because I'm extremely particular. I have to have big, they have to be big and baggy, and they have to be comfortable and cool. And so I just wanted to say, yeah, I do. You're not seeing me in the exact same shirt. It may look the same, but it's not the same. So like, if you ever put me on, that would be interesting, right? Let's prove it. You can't. I can go get all my shirts and hold them up so you could see them, but can you prove what shirt I wore yesterday or day before? Nope, you can't. That's the same as you cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt that Officer John O'Keefe, in fact, did go in that house. On the contrary, his Apple Health data shows he did. And Trooper Paul tried to explain that as he was driving on a hilly slope, which then Turtle Boy went and drove the street and it's flat as pancake. Can y'all lie anymore? I'm sure you can. And then what do y'all do? Y'all harass him. Y'all didn't even know why he was there. He was just, y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. So you can't say that you were being ugly because of that. Y'all are just ugly, mean people. And I'm gonna work on a welcoming committee video, and hopefully Turtle Boy won't be upset if I use some of his footage. I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna have to use some of his footage because that's gonna show you the welcoming committee of Canton. As they say, Canton, is that what they say? I say Canton, Canton. I say Canton, yeah. I think we have a Canton right down the road. But I'm in Texas. Yeah, it's another good old boy place, but at least they don't try to frame people that I know for murder. I don't recall that. It would be an outrage and it would be a scream, but the only thing I've seen are drug dealers that get, chance after chance after chance after chance. I've even seen the U.S. Marshals come down on a drug house before. That was really, really interesting. I mean, we pulled up lawn chairs, basically. It was like, whoa. But yet we're to believe that this happened and nobody came outside of a house. Broad daylight, U.S. Marshals descended upon a house 2 doors down. Or is it 3? 1, 2. I think it's 2. And literally everybody it was like a neighborhood party. We've all been waiting and hoping because it would take an idiot to not realize what was going on here. Definitely stuck out like a sore thumb because it's just not the neighborhood you would see it in. But anything, anywhere can happen. And I'm not gonna get over this. They didn't know, and I'm not gonna get over the fact that people pulled up, found Officer John O'Keefe, and never ever tried to get aid from the home he was on their lawn. That's just the most ridiculous, stupid. I can't even come up with enough terminology. I mean, dumbfounded doesn't even fit that, Anyway, I've rambled enough. I know I probably should only do a 5-minute video. I probably lose everyone after that. So I'm going to say, have a wonderful day. Hopefully I've got some ideas that will enlighten a little, show a little focus on certain aspects, and maybe bring some entertainment with it. And I won't be running my mouth a whole lot. But thank you. Have a great day. And free Karen Reed. Free her. Set her free. She's not guilty. Bye.